Thinking of moving but stuck on whether to buy first or sell first? You're not alone. It's one of the biggest real estate questions out there, and the answer depends on more than just your finances and your timeline. Sell first and risk being in limbo? Buy first and you might be stuck with 2 mortgages. But what if I told you there's a secret weapon that can help you buy confidently without the financial panic? Today I'm breaking down the pros of selling versus buying first, how the market you're in plays a huge role, and revealing a little known tool that's used here in Alberta when it comes to buying and selling your home at the same time. All right, so it really depends on the market you're in. So let's talk first in a buyer's market. So if you're in a buyer's market where listings sit longer, it's usually smarter to sell first. You know your exact budget, you're not juggling 2 mortgages, and your buying offer will be clean and condition free. But you might need temporary housing or longer possession from your buyer to buy yourself time. What if you're in a seller's market? So if you're in a seller's market, homes move fast. Buying first could be the better move if you're financially secure enough to carry both homes temporarily, you want to avoid moving twice, you're buying something unique and you don't want to miss out. But you'll need to plan ahead for this option. It often works best when you're qualifying for bridge financing or you have flexibility with your current home equity. So this is an important step in a seller's market. You really want to be leaning in and talking to your mortgage broker to see where you sit financially before you list your house. What if we're in a balanced market like we are right now here in Cochrane and Airdrie? Well, if you're in a balanced market, you've often got more options, and that's where that sale of homes buyer condition comes in. Here's how it works here in Alberta. So this clause lets you make an offer on your next home conditional on selling your current home. So it usually comes with a deadline. It can be anywhere between 30, 60, 90 days out. It's usually got a 72-hour kick-out clause. So that means that if another offer comes into play, you have 72 hours to waive all your conditions or let the house go. The pros of this: it gives you a safety net. You're not buying without selling. It reduces that financial stress and double mortgage pressure that sometimes happen. The cons of something like this: it weakens your offer. So the sellers prefer fewer conditions. They prefer not to have this condition. Sometimes that 72-hour clause is negotiated. It can be anywhere between 8 hours up to 72 hours. Sometimes that buying window, a seller is going to ask you to reduce that. So if you have a 90-day seller window, it might be reduced to 30, 60 days to sell your house. It also, keep in mind that 90-day window, that's your possession. So we're really talking about possession window. So when you're currently going to sell your home, you've got to keep that possession a little longer. That can also reduce your buying pool. A lot of people want to move within 30, 60 days. So if you've got a 90-day possession, they might not look at your house. Another con, so the risk of losing your home to another buyer due to that 72-hour notice. That means that another buyer can come in, because it's going to be active on the MLS. Another buyer is going to come in, submit an offer. If the seller chooses to accept that offer, you only have 72 hours to waive conditions. So if you haven't sold your home in those 72 hours, you've got to weigh the risk at that point. Are you going to carry the 2 mortgages and plan on selling your home within the 30, 60, 90 days, or are you going to just walk away and not take on that risk? Here in Airdrie and Cochrane, we are in more of a balanced market, but there are certain homes that are more of a seller's market. So if you're looking at a price range at a certain type of house that maybe everybody else is, you might not have this luxury of putting in this clause because they might still be moving quickly. Reach out, let's talk about this. We can talk strategy, we can see what are you looking at? Is it one of the most popular ones still? Is it still a bit of a seller's market for the homes that you're looking to move into? Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's leaning towards more of a buyer's market. And you've got a great opportunity here to sell your house and buy another house and not have that financial stress. So whether you sell first or buy first, or use a condition, we build a plan that actually makes sense with negotiation strategies, with a plan that works for you. Buying and selling at the same time doesn't have to be stressful. When you understand the pros and cons and the conditions here in Alberta, you can move with confidence. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of these Alberta real estate tips.